live number 2 of the day. And I'm so happy that you guys are all coming to join me. I appreciate you for being here as you're coming in. So first of all, if you are new here, hey everybody over on Instagram, hey TikTok. First, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Claudia, and I'm the proud owner of Pink's Tees and Things. And on these social media streets, they call me the queen of direct-to-film printing. So I hope you enjoyed this live. We're just gonna have a really quick chat. Hey, Special Creations, how are you? And I want to talk about entrepreneur life. Like, can we have a little entrepreneur talk right now? Is that okay with you guys? Let me know in the comments. Is it okay? Hey, Donna. Wow, you did make it again. Welcome. I was laughing at your comment that you left over on, I'm talking to Donna over on YouTube, everyone. So I'm live both on Instagram. Hey, Instagram. TikTok. Hey, TikTok. And also on YouTube. Hey, Ashley, I was laughing at you when you said, I went to work, came back, and you were still on live. And it was an amazing live yesterday. It was almost 3 hours over on, and I was live on all platforms, but the replay is available over on YouTube. So I laughed so hard when I saw your comment. I said, isn't that the truth? It didn't even seem like it though. Hey, Living as Susie, how are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's see. Let's go through Instagram. Fortunate Fish, hey Trina, how are you? So let's see. Let's go ahead and get our wave on over here. Hey, Infinitely Bold. Hey, Fortunate Fish. Hey, Charmed by Natalie Marie. Welcome. Welcome. Color Cavies. Hello. Thank you for joining. Hey, Lavita. Hey, G-Money. Oh, G-Money, you were on earlier with me today. So for those of you that don't know, if you're new here, hey, Crafty Station. If you are new here, I'm challenging myself to go live for the next 100 days. Today is day 42. However, I missed some days last week and I was out of commission. So I'm trying to make up for that. Not T-Shirt Museum over on YouTube. What's going on? How are you? And so today is live number 2. So what I'm doing now are 2-a-days. So I was on earlier this morning around 7 a.m. and then now I'm back on. So it's 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for those of you that are on the East Coast. Hey, Tanya, welcome. Tanya, where are you from? Welcome. And so I wanted to have this really quick. Yes, I was. Love your energy. I appreciate that so much. Hey, Kimmy Star. So I wanted to have an entrepreneur talk because listen, after I went home this morning, after working, I think when I ran the numbers, it was 18 hours that I put in. Hey, Shree, thank you so much for joining. California. Oh, okay. Hey, California. Hey, Jess from New York. Roses. Thank you, Shree. I appreciate it. I went home and I said, I'm doing well, Kimmy. I said, wow, we put in 18 hours. Hey, Mama B, how are you? I can't even believe it. Like, where did the time go? So we did a multitude of things yesterday, processing orders. I wanted to kind of rearrange my room here. So like now you can kind of see all of my printers. Well, YouTube can get a really good view over on TikTok and Instagram. You guys can't see quite as many, but Instagram is 1, 2, and then let me turn you a little bit so you can see 3. So you can see my printers there, okay? All right. So yeah, so we were like rearranging and all that good stuff, right? And I said, wow, I'm gonna talk about that. They do have names. They do. I'm gonna tell you those here shortly. They certainly do. But let's see what has changed, and that's it. That's what it is. So that's why I was like, let me mention that because it does look like I'm in a different space, but it's the same DTF room. It's just kind of rearranged. Just, I'm trying to work on the flow and the feng shui of the room, right? But I want to talk about this because this is something that kind of hit me once I realized we had been here for 18 hours. And listen, I could have kept going. My husband was like, ma'am. Ma'am. Rebecca, these are my Epson printers that are converted for direct to film. Yes. So they're Epson 7890s. I get a lot of questions about that. And I typically will if I just heart your comment, it's because I talked about it a lot. So if you really are looking at my content, you're going to hear it. I kid you not. Those of you that attend my lives, I talk about it all the time. So it's one of those things where I want you to take a deep dive and do some research and figure it out, because I talk about it all of the time. But these are Epson 7890s. I've had 2 other direct-to-film printers, and I share that journey for TikTok and Instagram over on YouTube. So I shared my journey of when I first got my very first printer, which was the Epson P800. Then I transitioned to the Epson 7880. Okay? No, you're totally okay, Rebecca. You're totally okay. I don't mind. That's one of the reasons why if I receive a comment, I typically, especially over on YouTube, I'll heart your comment, YouTube, but it's there. Trust me, it is there, because I do answer that question. And so I don't mind sharing, not at all. Hey, Classy Crafts, how are you? So I want to talk about that because when it hit me, I said, wow, I feel so, even though I knew that I had been here for quite a while and I was kind of starting to get tired, it was like just the passion that I have for my business is something that sometimes I have to stop myself. Hey, my T's, how are you? What's going on? Yes, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for joining. Oh my gosh. I appreciate it. Not I'll click the like button when you show your feet. Okay, who is this? Who is this? Do you take customs? Yes, I do, Emily. But one of the things that I talk about, and you've probably heard it more so in my short form content, so TikTok, hey David, and Instagram, I'm sure you've heard this, right? Hey PBY Media, hey everyone that's entering, my apologies if I miss you as you're coming in. Okay, we're not gonna play with you, okay? So thank you so much for following as well. But one of the things that I constantly talk about, and you'll kind of hear it, it's a resounding theme. It's a resounding theme, and that is knowing your why. When you know your why, man, that is something that just fuels you to keep going. If you're just aimlessly out here, just kind of plugging away, that's one thing, but you need to understand what you're plugging away for. What's the end result? Where are we trying to go with this? And sometimes my why for me is so powerful that I'm like, man, it's like I eat, I sleep, I think my business, because I know what I want this thing to do, right? First time watching you, I'm from Indiana. Welcome Lillian, how are you? Hey Pride Apparels, welcome. Hey Stack with Purpose, I just sent you a message. Girl, you're so bubbly, I like that. How many social platforms are you on? So currently I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm trying to learn Facebook. I'm not as Facebook savvy. I'm just not, but that's not an excuse. I need to figure out what I'm doing over there. And I think a lot of it is because I really want to restructure my group. I really don't want it to be about direct to film. I want it to be more of like a space where we can actually be inspired. So we can talk to other like-minded individuals. We can gain inspiration from one another and things of that nature. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. But really, my husband has to stop me a lot of times. I mean, drop me a 1 in the comments. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, if you know what I'm talking about. Like when you know your why, man, it's like it just lights a fire underneath you and you are ready to go. Does anybody understand this, or is it just me? Thank you, Emily. I'm so happy I found it. I found you. I needed a new vendor. Yes, message me if you have any questions though. Absolutely. I am so passionate. Classy Crafts, you understand what I'm talking about, right? Okay, got that 1. I see it. I see you. Crafty Station, yes. Mama B, 1. Okay, so I'm not the only one. I often have to, and a lot of times it's, hey Magic, how are you? It's my husband, Caption Station. I'm not sure I found my why, and that is really, for me, that's really where it needs to begin, because the entrepreneurial life is often glamorized as, oh my gosh, and for me it's just not my reality. You can work from home, you know, it's carefree. I'm not there yet, right? I'm not there yet. But the building blocks of you actually building this thing, whatever it is and whatever niche you are in. Hey Bingham, how are you? Shell, welcome, right? But whatever niche you are actually in, Pride Apparels, you sent me a message on IG. I've cleared all of my messages, but let me check because I have a requested area as well. Let me check the requested inbox. How long ago did you send that message? Because I don't have anything else in my IG inbox. Let's see, T-shirt museum, one, Lillian, one, right? It's glamorized, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. You can quit your job, right? Beyonce's like, I just quit my job. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's quit our jobs. No, wait, pause, stop, flag on the play. That's not what we do. You prepare for that transition. And so I wanted to talk about that because there was a transitional phase for me. There was preparation that went into me saying I wanted to be able to spend some time away from nursing. For those of you that don't know, I am a registered nurse by profession. But there was thought that was put into that decision. There was time. There were things that were done prior to me actually deciding to stop working full time. And as glamorous as that seems, let me tell you, this is not for everyone. Okay, so you might be in my requested inbox. I'll double check that. I definitely will. And I'll be sure to get back to you. I'm homeschooling my twins and doing small business and in ministry. Wow. You will because you know your why. So you definitely can make it possible for you because you know your why, right? And so there's so many images out there that we are often fed that this is what entrepreneur life is like. It's a glamorous thing, not a care in the world. Work from home, right? Vacation when you want to. Those building stages, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. You're going to have to put in the work. And so I want to speak to that. There are moments when my husband will literally have to stop me because I'm not where I want to be. But I know what the end goal is, right? But there has to be a balance. There has to be that balance. So when I first started this 100 days of live, one of the very first things that I said was I want to do it every single day. I'm going live every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, okay? We are going live. That's what I said. But as I began to do this, I'm like, wait a minute. I gotta have a balance because when do I have time for me? When do I have time for my family? Yes, we want to grind. We want our businesses to be successful, right? Let's see. I'll answer that in 1 second. We want our businesses to be successful. We want to be able to say, okay, I can make that transition, right? And maybe your goal is not to quit your job. Maybe it's to say, you know what? Even if it's just an extra X amount of dollars a month that you want to be able to generate from your business solely. And I'm talking profit, right? Maybe facts, real big facts, right? Maybe that's what you want. Like I've been telling my husband, I miss being in the hospital working. There's a portion of me where that's still a part of who I am, right? And so I kind of severed it, but of course I was planning for it. But still, I don't want you to feel as if you're still working your full-time job while also working your business, that's a problem. That's not a problem. I have people that message me saying, you are goals. And I'm like, listen, I want you to do better than I'm doing, right? I'm no different from any of you that are watching me right now. But at the end of the day, we can work, we can get after it. You know, the social media grind is definitely another thing that's just another thing we have to take care of with our businesses, right? But there has to be some sort of balance. There has to be. You have to still have a balance. You do. That's just what it is. There still has to be a balance. And is it for everyone? This life is not for everyone. But I always say, make sure you know your why. Know your why. Because in those moments when it's difficult, like midnight last night, okay, we're rearranging. I know it was a funny TikTok that I posted with me and my husband. We're rearranging this space, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, did you film it? It's midnight. That's not even what's on his mind right now, right? He's thinking, let's get this thing rearranged because we still have orders to do. Okay. Hey, Texas, welcome. Lillian, thank you for answering that question. I may have missed it. My apologies. Thank you guys so much for following. People are always jealous of the last step, but not the steps they need to get there. That's what I'm trying to speak to. Don't look at where whoever it is that you're watching, where they are right now. Because there's a story. We've all taken these different, avenues to get to where we're trying to get to. And for me, I'm like, it's humbling, but at the same time, it's like, listen, this isn't the final destination, but do you know how much blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this? Because there are moments when I'm like, listen, I gotta figure this out because I want this to move in this direction. And then I know I want to add this branch, right? And my husband is one that definitely tells me, like, listen, let's rev it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta rest some, right? And it's good to have that person in your life as well. And you want to figure out who that person is for you. Because if it wasn't for him, I probably would have stayed here longer. But I want you to understand that it's not an easy thing, and I'm never going to sugarcoat it and tell you that this thing is easy. Hey, baby giant, good evening. It's not easy. It's not. But what actually fuels me is that I'm so clear. I'm so clear on why I'm doing this. I am so clear on it that it's like I have a laser focus at this point because I know where I want to go. But let's pace ourselves. Give yourself grace. Take the time you need. Because if you're running yourself into the ground, and this is me speaking to me, if you're running yourself in the ground, how effective are you really? Right? How effective are you really? And so this 100 days challenge has really kind of shown me, hey, Best Uni, wait a minute, hold on. Is that 33K in the building? Hey, Best Uni. But really, in all honesty, I don't want to sugarcoat it. Yes, there are challenging moments. Yes, you will come up against roadblocks. Absolutely, that's life, right? But don't compare your journey to someone else's. We all, and a lot of times in these lives, what we figure out is that we have a lot of things that we have in common. Yeah, that's you. Raise your hand. We have a lot of things that are in common as far as like the way that we're starting our journeys and things of that nature, right? But don't look at someone else's journey and say, oh my gosh, I'm not working hard enough. Oh my gosh, I'm not there. Why am I not there? I've been chugging away at this for longer than that person. Why am I not there? Don't worry about that. Focus on you. Focus on you and where you're trying to go. It's your journey. Let it be your journey. And so I want to speak to that because I do. I get a lot of messages about it. But today I was sitting at home and I'm like, oh my God, we put in 18 hours. Thank you, Best Uni. No, man, you inspire me to keep going. I love watching your journey. And you know what's really cool about social media? It can be cool and it can be not so cool if you're looking at it for in the vein of, oh my gosh, why am I not here yet? Figure out how to get there. You know what I mean? Figure out how are you going to get there? What can you do? Stack, I need you not to be putting the crying emojis, but it's really serious. So like if this is really moving you, that's what I want you to understand. There are moments when I have to take a step back and I have to say, listen, you have to start enjoying, right? The little victories. We call them little victories, but it's a victory nonetheless, right? To have a business that's still thriving, that's a victory. You know what I'm saying? That is a victory. To have a vision on what you actually want to do, that's a victory. To know your why, that's a victory. Those are all victory. And so let's not we're not going to call them little victories anymore. They're just victories, you know? So Stack said, my challenges that I'm facing with TikTok, you won't be able to post your website because you don't have 1K. Then how do you get there? How do you get there? Because it's possible. I've done it, right? My husband is my balance, so he is my thinker. Listen, I am the dreamer. Between me and my husband, I'm the one that's like, oh my gosh, I would love to be able to do this. You know, okay, now what do I need to put into place? But it's good to have a person that you can actually balance things off of. I don't care if it's a friend, I don't care if it's a family member, whoever it is, it's just great to kind of have that balancing person. But let me tell you, Stack with Purpose, over on TikTok, one of the biggest things that I'm going to tell you, and that's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you know, Facebook, wherever you are, wherever your social medias are, number one, consistency. Consistency wins in all things, but it's really key. So showing up every day, because you know that's your goal. Your goal is to hit that 1,000 because you want to be able to start going live. You want to be able to start, you know, making sure that you include your links, which I think is so strange that you're not able to do it before then. But at the same time, I kind of understand the logic behind it, right? But let me tell you, show up every day. Hey Tara, how are you? Classy Craft Transfer said consistency is the major key in any business. It is. It is. It is. That's what it is. And it's not. Here's the cool thing about short form content, and that's why I'm such a big fan of. I'm glad to hear that. Hey Yvette. That's why one of the reasons why I'm such a fan of social media, and especially when you're looking at short form content, use that, right? Because it's completely free. It is a completely free opportunity to talk about your business, to showcase your business, to show what you are capable of actually producing, right? Hey Wanaka, how are you? But the most, you got it, Pride Apparel, the most important thing is to just take the step. But with short form content, think about it. We're talking 7 seconds, although now there's a 3-minute and a 10-minute feature, okay, on TikTok. I don't know. But even though you have those options, when you really thinking about it, 7 to 60 seconds of your entire day of, you know, filming whatever it is that you're filming. 7 to 60 seconds. And I really like about 25 seconds, but 7 to 60 seconds, that's what you have to film. You can do a time lapse of 7 to 60 seconds. And when I talk about consistency, when I first started, I wasn't a multiple times a day poster, right? I wasn't that. I wasn't that person. I posted once a day because that's what I could handle at that time. I was still learning the app. I didn't want to put a lot of pressure on myself, but I wanted to show up and be present consistently. So my first question is, right, what exactly can you actually maintain consistently? What can you maintain consistently? If it's once a day, let it be once a day. And just show up every single day. Because once I made that decision, that's when I noticed the growth happening. And I hit 1,000 subscribers relatively quickly. And if you look, hey, Educated Natural, if you look at my TikTok and go through the dates, like if you look at my beginner TikTok videos, I kid you not, you can see when I actually started posting consistently. The dates are there. There's nothing to hide. You can see when I posted I hit 1,000 video. So look at that. Once a day, that was all I was doing. That's it. Now, of course, the more you post per day, it definitely does help. I've done challenges where I've posted 3 times a day. I've had moments where it was like, okay, let's do this, right? Thank you for the roses. Thank you, Tara. But right, do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's 7 to 60 seconds. And like I said, you really want to be around 25. That's my magic number. Okay? You really want to be somewhere around there. But really, it is. Consistency wins in all things. And I'm not, as cliche as that sounds, it's really true. Just showing up. And then I have people that reach out and they say to me, oh my gosh, you know, I'm afraid to go live. And I get that too. I was afraid to go live as well. I was absolutely terrified to go live. And I don't have a problem like speaking. It was just, you don't know what to expect. But what I find is when I get those messages, your messages are saying to me, I'm afraid to actually go live, or what if no one shows up, or I don't have a large following. These are all excuses to stop us, right? These are all just excuses that we feed ourselves, because I remember feeling that way. Once I hit that 1,000 over on TikTok, I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna wait until 1,015 just to make sure, because like, what if I hop on and then like a few people leave, then I'm not gonna be at 1,000. How does that work? Talking myself out of it, okay? completely. But here's my thing. If you show up and you go live, so if you're trying to grow, if you show up and you go live, what happens if you get one person that enters the room? What's gonna happen? Are you gonna feel defeated and hop off because it's only one person? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking at this point. Are you hopping off because only one person showed up for you? Or are you staying on, and me and that one person, we're gonna have the best conversation ever? Sometimes we're so fearful of how we're being perceived by others. What are, oh my gosh, why is only one person showing up? No. We got to change that logic. One person showed up for us. They showed up to talk to you. I've been in lives where I'm the only one there, and guess what? We have great conversations. I learn a lot. I'm like, okay, and what is that? That's what it is, because the more you engage with your people, right? The more you go out and you figure out who your people are, and you start doing those lives, I kid you not, you're going to realize that it's us getting in our own way. A lot of times, that's really what it is. So I understand you being fearful. I get it. Fear is a natural reaction when you're actually starting to try and enter a space that you're unfamiliar with. But it's not okay to just stay there and be stuck in fear. That's not okay. I'm having great conversation with you right now. You see that? That's what it is. And it doesn't matter. But I always say, I had someone that would hop off of live if no one showed up in the first, let's say, minute or two. That's not okay. You're not even giving enough time for people to receive notifications, because think about it. You all have to be notified. When I click to go live, when I hit these 3 buttons, I go Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. There has to be some time there for people to actually receive the notifications. There are a lot of insecurities, and listen, I get it. But here's the cool thing about it, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. But here's the cool thing about social media in today's day and age, right? It doesn't matter. No one cares about you having the perfect setup. Do you see all this junk behind me? Look at this. I mean, I try and make it look okay, but I really am running a business. And so it's not going to be pristine all the time. It's very rare, actually. It's very rare. But, it's not going to be picture perfect. That's just not what it's going to be. But as long as you're coming on and you're adding value to whoever your community is, I don't care if you're doing, I had someone on that was doing nails, Atlanta Nail God. I don't know if you're here tonight. But I said, oh my gosh, are you talking to your actual nail clients, or are you teaching also other nail artists as well? Because you have a lot of value based on your experiences. There's value that you can offer. Whether it's how to care for your manicure in between visits, or if it's how to build your clientele. Whatever realm you're in, whatever niche you're in, there's value to be given. And so my entrepreneurship talk is gonna end with this. Stay on your journey. Stay on your journey. And don't pay attention to what someone else may be doing. The biggest thing for you is to realize, number one, what is your why? So let's start there. What is my why? Because what I'm telling you is social media will have you out here thinking that your journey is not good enough. Honey, you are behind the times. You're late, you're late, you're late, okay? You remember the little rabbit on Alice in Wonderland? You're late, you're late, you're late. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. That's what social media will have you thinking. But when you know your why, number one, that's going to get you through those hard times. Are there moments when I'm exhausted and I'm like, listen, I don't feel like showing up today? There are. There are moments like that. That's full transparency. We're human. There's moments when I've been on the phone all day long and I'm talking to different people and I'm, it's a lot. It can be very draining. I'm calling about something, some additional inventory I need to get. I'm all day. I'm putting out fires. I'm answering emails, and there are moments when I'm just tired. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to show up today. I don't want to, but then I remember my why. So if you don't take anything else away from this conversation, just remember, figure out your why. That's going to be your step one. Figure out your why. Yes, Trina, God created everyone their own way. Our job is to stay in that lane and stay focused. That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't pay attention to what's going on, with my, let's say, I'm not the only transfer provider out there. I cheer the other transfer providers on. But at the same time, I'm not comparing our journeys. I'm me and they are them. I can't be like them and they can't be like me. And we sometimes don't even serve the same people, even though we have the same product. But just know that as long as you know your why, those hard times when you don't feel like showing up, it helps motivate you to show up. That's right, Tara. Just show up. That's it. Hey, welcome, New Mexico. Just came in, but thanks for the positive vibes. You're welcome, Squirrel Prince. I appreciate you for joining me. If you're just joining me either on TikTok or Instagram, just know that this live is all available on a replay over on YouTube. So if you feel like you want to know what you maybe missed in the beginning of the conversation, they will always be posted over on YouTube. But hold on, Mike T said, most definitely, thanks for the pickup. Appreciate you. Y'all have a blessed night. Appreciate everyone. Know your why. That's what I'm ending with. Know your why. We can talk about the other stuff later. But most importantly, figure out what is your why. And then we're going to go elsewhere in other lives. But I appreciate you guys so much for joining me today. YouTube, if you happen to be catching this on a replay, thank you so much for joining us. If by any chance you feel as if you've gotten any value to help you in your business, hit that thumbs up button. And most importantly, if you want to join me for one of my lives for the next 100 days of lives, be sure to turn on your post notifications. So hit that little bell. Until next time, thank you guys, everyone, so much. Hey, Donna, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me yet again. Good looking. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you all have an amazing evening. Bye.